Ladies and gentlemen, second hour on Thursday. You know what that means. Unscripted with the crack man, Bill Krackomberger. Oh, yeah.
Soft rock scout rock machines.
Oh, a little fade out there. Yeah. Let's play the long version. Can we play the remix that keeps going here? No,
I just
can't do
think it does roll.
There we go. There it is. Billy.
Hey, guys.
I like this part.
How we doing?
We're doing very well. You know you're the only guy that has, like, this kind of spectacular intro music?
The intro's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like almost Kramer on Seinfeld. I settled for that instead of getting any money. Yeah, just give me the intro. Like, you know, when Kramer had, like, there wasn't he, like, smoking something? I settled for that for the coffee. Remember the coffee spilled or something?
If you had under 4.5 seconds
the coffee spill,
on crack asking for money, you cash.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not really asking for nothing. I'm just, they could donate something. I'll give them a charity.
Hey, you know that Survivor documentary that you and I kept doing last year?
Yes. Matter of fact, I got all those checks, too.
I did as well. Bill 80 just said he posted the trailer. Episode 1 of Circus. He posted the trailer at VSiN.com. Episode 1 of Circus Survivor: The Quest for $9.2 million, which is what the prize was last year, will make its debut Monday night right here on VSiN. 5-part docuseries. Takes you inside the high-stakes world of the annual Circus Survivor contest. Follow the contestants as they make all-or-nothing picks over the 2023 NFL season and go behind the scenes of the world's largest legal betting contest. By the way, several VSiN hosts make appearances along the way to offer their advice. Billy, you and me apparently are featured in the first segment when you took me to the Italian-American Club.
Oh, nice.
So we're all about that. Circus Survivor: The Quest for $9.2 million on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on VSiN.com and YouTube TV, as well as a live broadcast on X. Go to VSiN.com/Survivor for details.
Oh, wow. So you can go. Did you say live broadcast on Twitter?
That's what I just said.
Wow.
That's what I just said.
I am impressed. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is you finally reached the big time, Billy.
Yeah. So, guys, I want to start out with last night's dinner.
Oh.
So last night's dinner.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
We can go anywhere. Mostly.
That's all right.
We can go anywhere, but mostly food. So last night's dinner was at the Fountain Blue.
Oh, Fountain Blue.
And there was more people inside the restaurant than the casino itself.
In the
By the way,
in the steakhouse?
What a restaurant. It's called Mother Wolf.
Is that the one where they
Italian.
come running with the whole show and the fire and the steak and all that?
No.
That's
it's
a
a different
steakhouse.
I was in Mother Wolf. Steakhouse is really not. I heard Don's is good. There's a place called Don's. Supposed to have one of the best steaks in the city, actually. That'll be my
really
next
good. It's really
Yeah, I heard Don's is good. But Mother Wolf shocked me how good it was. I never expected that there.
What's the cuisine
Italian.
at Mother Wolf?
It's Italian.
Okay.
It's Italian, but it was just top chef. The chef there, and I'm sorry to not know the chef's name. The chef is really popular, and it showed. Every single table was taken on the. By the way, people know the Wednesday is the slowest night of the week in the gaming business. Slowest night usually. You can run a team of Sherman tanks through the casino and not hit anybody blindly, just going down the aisles. However, Mother Wolf was 200 people in the restaurant.
Really?
Yes. It was.
Wow.
It was really, really great too.
Are they a new opening, Bill? Or
I guess they opened when the building opened.
Okay,
I guess.
okay, yeah. Because I know they when they first opened, right? Like they opened a few things, and then they're going to be opening more here as the next year or two progress.
Yeah, I went to dinner with a couple guys that were poker players that are sports bettors now, which I've met for the first time. How did it all start out? Okay, so Rick, remember Rick from Don Best? Rick Alec from Don Best. Rick invited me with Johnny Detroit, who I've never met before. Never met him. And
You've never met Johnny Detroit before? Oh, wow.
No.
Yeah.
So I brought that. No, so those guys invited me, and who joined us at dinner was poker players / sports bettors. Very, very smart guys. David Williams and Jay Farber, who I've never met either one of them too. David and I have known each other for years, but never ever met. So it was, but the dinner, those guys know how to order. That guy Jay, first time I met him, he knew how to order. These guys go out to gourmet dinners like every night. He ordered, and everyone split like family style. You know what I mean? And he knew exactly what to order.
You respect a guy who knows how to order. I agree.
Oh, more than a handicapper moving games 5 points.
I agree.
Oh yeah. No, he knew how.
Jay, I know that name. I know
do you
Jay
respect a guy who knows how to order, more than you disrespect a guy who does not know how to order? Because I think the flip side of that is even is more dramatic.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never really.
Have you gone with somebody to a restaurant? They're like, is there anything simpler on the menu? Like that kind of person. That bothers me.
Yeah.
That kind of bothers me.
You know what though? No. I think I have a bigger issue with the people with the opposite. Because some people are just picky or have allergies or whatever.
Well, yeah, if you have allergies,
it gets annoying.
But then don't come to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you not like yesterday when we were out at breakfast and I was like, "What's your favorite item here?" And then the waitress kind of gave me some crap for that.
We went to. Speaking of,
where'd you guys go?
We went to.
Don't ask me. Seagulls.
Seagulls?
Oh, Seagulls at the El Cortez.
Yeah.
Cortez, yeah.
With Steve Fezzik.
Yeah.
Big sweat joint over there. I'm so mad at them. I'm kind of mad at them. They one night I went in there and played a bonus machine. A guy called me from downtown and said, "Hey, there's a machine down here.
Yeah.
It's $50 a spin. No, I can't afford it, but I have spotters out there."
I like when you do the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
I got spotters.
Then what happened, Bill?
I went down there and sure enough, he's sitting on the game.
Yeah.
And it was $50 a play, and I hit it for $1,700. And like the GM came over to me, and someone will know who the GM is. And the GM came over to me and said, "Listen,
you gotta go.
You gotta go."
Really?
Yeah. They wanted me out of there. Meanwhile, I know the guy that owns the place, but I don't want to say it was kind of embarrassing.
You should call him over to tell the other guy, you got to get out of here to the GM.
It's kind of embarrassing. Like I know the guy. I literally have met through a buddy of mine who owned Astros in Beverly Hills, and I met the owner of the place multiple times. I used to go to dinner at Piero's, and right next to me, Jackie Gaughan used to sit all the time on Thursday nights. We used to watch games in the main room there, and here I am trying to hustle a machine, and I actually hit for $1,700, but I went and got a player card first. Told the guy to sit. I said, let me go get a player card. They've never mailed me anything, just to let you know. After giving them big play, $50 to spend on a reel and a bucket of blood like that? Are you kidding me? I mean, literally, the guy came over to me and was telling me I have to leave, and these beads of sweat were hitting my arm. I was like, take it easy.
I'd like to tell you that I was very disappointed with the matzo ball soup, which came highly recommended.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Matzo ball soup's so tough.
Wait, did it actually come highly recommended?
It did. Yeah, it was supposed to be a thing there.
By the way, that restaurant's good.
Meltzer like Seltzer told me to get it.
So that's where I asked the waitress, I'm like, what do you recommend on the breakfast menu? Because the breakfast menu looked it was so large, right? There was a lot of options. And I don't have a go-to breakfast thing. I like different things. And she said, well, this is what most people order. So I went a different direction, and then she gave me crap for it. And I was like, well, you didn't recommend anything. You just told me what most people order.
She just gave you a
that's not a recommendation.
If you're a waiter or waitress, you have to be halfway sharp. You have to know what happens every night. Customers say, "What do you like? What do you sell? What do you do?" I mean, seriously. Last night at that restaurant last night, even though Jay ordered right, the girl, smoke show by the way, 10+. She said, she's like, "Do you have to get this and try this and try this?" She was right. Her recommendations, and by the way, this girl was so thin. I have body parts that weigh more than her. How does she know? But she knew. No, she knew exactly what to order. That place was great. But let me tell you something. Over there, I like that restaurant. Kenny Epstein's the owner of the El Cortez, by the way. Kenny been in town for 100 years. He is the owner, and I met him multiple times. When that guy told me, he didn't tell me to leave, but he said, "Listen, we don't like that kind of play. We don't like your kind of play." I was like, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I have to actually tell Kenny this if he sees me or something." But that restaurant I like, and I'll tell you why. That you guys went to last night.
I just made a wrong order.
Let me tell you why I like that. Yeah. Now, starting September is stone crab season, September through May. So they get the same exact stone crabs that Kenny gets them from Freddie Glussman over at. A lot of Jews involved here. Okay, it's from he gets them over in from what's that restaurant? Piero's. So from Piero's.
By the way, for those just landing, Bill is saying that in tribute to me. That's what. Yes.
I wasn't mean. I was meaning Freddie and Kenny.
Yeah.
But so he gets them from the guy that Piero's gets them, and I hate to say this, I love Piero's, but Piero's charges at least double the price. So here, for $60, you get the 150. They're 150 at Freddy's. Sorry, Freddie. They're 150 over there. It's $60. You get the same order of stone crabs from the same. And by the way, they're great. Early in the season, you want to wait a month. I'm going to say October, November, December, January. Unbelievable stone crabs right down there at Siegel. So I'm giving them a plug, even though they threw me out.
I appreciate the value play on the stone crab, though I will say in my crab rankings, Maryland 1, Dungeness 2, stone crab 3.
Wow.
I think stone crabs
missed out on the best one.
What was that?
Alaskan king crab.
Oh, stop it.
They're the most expensive, probably. You're probably right.
I thought Kelly was going in an entirely different direction.
Yeah. Deadliest catch.
Or with Bill Krackomberger. Unscripted with the Crackman. At Bill Crackman with a K is where you can find him on Twitter. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. We get off air last segment. First thing out of Bill's mouth, he goes, I didn't even get to pizza yet.
No, these pizza rankings just came out. Like I can't believe the whole segment went by. And I had some things to get to. I know we're sports betting, but I talk everything.
Kelly had a great question off air.
Oh,
Can you repeat that question?
You want me to hit that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was curious.
Well, I do highly recommend though the Steve Fezzik walking tour of the El Cortez. We got treated to quite an experience.
We did. It was beautiful.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
My question for Bill, and I've been wondering this for years, but never really had the right person to ask this question to, is why when you go into, I feel like this is like every casino nationwide, but specifically Vegas, you will, if you play in the casinos here, you'll always notice the ATM machines that you can also put your ticket in to get money back. If you're playing on a machine, something like that, they make it very easy so you don't have to go to the cage. But at some location inside the casino, you will also see like some crappy bank ATM that is not like have a bank branding or anything. So it's not like Wells Fargo's like paying for this spot. But like, why are there multiple ATMs, Bill?
You're right. There's like Joe's Bank of Cleveland. What is this? And one ATM is a fee that they charge you, a set fee. As a matter of fact, I put one on Twitter last week. The lady got. She took out $40 and paid $10.99, and she left her receipt. So I took a picture of the receipt. Yesterday, I seen $20 from her checking account, $6 for $20. Then this is a local casino, which it seems like that. I just didn't know the local casinos bust you out like that. Now, what Kelly is saying, certain casinos have not that it's a Fugazi bank, but a bank I never heard of. They actually charge you a percentage of your withdrawal. So if you're getting 100, they'll charge $19.99, and they'll actually tell you to go to the cage sometime. The cage has them. If you cash advance $500, you pay $79. I mean, it's sick.
Jeez.
So you're right. There are many different ways to get money in Vegas, from machines or from these processors.
From the casino's perspective.
From the casino.
From the casino's perspective.
Well, the casino's whacking up the fee with them.
Right, but I'm saying one of those is probably more profitable than the other. Why do they go with both?
Well, here's how it works. If you take money out of the ATM and you have a certain amount of money you can get per day, how would I even know this?
That's a great That's a great answer.
The way you do it at the cage, it's not. They finagle it in the proper wording to the companies that it doesn't look like it's a cash advance.
Right.
It looks like you're buying a service or a merchandise. So, I mean, it's really the money
but the main casino ones you can get cash advances out of.
But you may have limits for your cash advance on your card, and you may have hit it earlier in the week. You may have hit your limit withdrawal. The way you could circumvent going to the cage and get. Now, I don't recommend this for nobody. Please don't do this.
Pro tip for degenerates out there. If you feel like you've exhausted every way of getting money out, there's still one
Let me tell you.
I'm so glad you said this, because this is not what people should be doing.
But I used to be. I was a little degen when I was like 18, sneaking in Atlantic City casinos.
Yeah.
So I know all about these little things. You can go Sunday night, like midnight, and you can get like 11:50 p.m. and then at 12:10 p.m. the next day, it looks like a different day. You just wait to take money out, And by the way, I haven't used an ATM. My card's not even signed. I just don't use ATMs. I mean, I just don't carry cash. I mean, what do you? It doesn't. When I see this bothers me. I was in a local casino, $20, $6 fee.
Insane.
I almost felt bad for the lady. I was like, what are you doing taking $20 out? Like $6 you're paying. That's 30% you're paying for a fee. I mean, But when you're an advantage gambler, though, you think so much differently than regular people. I go in and walk in a casino. When I walk in, I look at casinos so differently. You Kelly, listen, off break, we could tell the people. When I walked in here, if you guys noticed, I went to those two machines there and these two over here.
I love watching Bill.
I go and check. I check 4 there. I check 3 in the back and 2 there. So I literally check 11 machines when I come in here right away to see if the bonus. I just look at things differently. I'm looking to steal. I'm not looking to gamble.
Well, you got me looking that way too, Bill. Because I said during a break yesterday, I'm like, Gill, you see that lady over there? She's been sitting at that machine for 3 days straight during the show.
You knew she was
not
doing
there
something.
Anymore. But I saw you walk in and you kind of looked over at the same machine.
It's a must hit by 15, so it has to hit by 15 of these particular bonuses come on in the blue. And if it's at 14, it's a great play actually because they don't see it that much. But I even look for the red. There's a red, there's a green, and there's a blue. The red, I look for 12. So the red, you look for 12. I don't know the name of the machine. I'd be happy to give it out to people. I just don't know the name
Wolf
of it.
Run? No. This is the progressive free games.
It's just the Wolf. Is that Wolf Run there? I don't even know.
Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Somebody's listening who are like, how does Bill develop that eye for these machines?
It's not really an eye. Let me just be blunt. Alan Kessler, who just hit for $1.2 million on a machine. Alan was the first person I've ever learned machines from almost 30 years ago, like these bonuses and stuff like that. And
all right, well, you learned from somebody.
I did.
That's
and
the
then
point.
then the new ones that come out, if you notice, I'll just show you my last text to Randy McKay. And Randy's very good to me. I mean, he's so the new one, if I see a new one, if I see a new machine,
Randy can see it from across the casino, like a $6 million man. He's like, boop, 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 boop.
So these pile of purple little balls. I say, Randy, what is this thing? It looks like something new. And then I said, I've seen some checkers looking for this, the poachers. And he says, I believe if all 3 are high, I'll try. I'll find them. So I'll find out. Like, he's good. Randy will share information. Alan Kessler will share information. These guys are the geniuses behind the slot machines and what they'll tell you. And so let's get back to the important thing. Pizza. So this company that every year, this particular site, it's the top 50 pizzas come out. It's 50toppizza.it. I'm not really advertising for them. That's just it. So they're these top 50 pizzas in the United States. So they rate all over the United States. Listen, I got to be honest with you. You almost want to think it's Fugazi. How could number 2 be in San Fran? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, if you said .it, is that an Italian URL?
This is an Italy URL. You're exactly right.
Right. What's the place in San Francisco?
Tony's Pizza Napolitano?
Yeah. Oh, I know Tony's.
Is that Pizza. Tony? Is that Tony, the chef from Vegas, the guy that owns Pizza Rock?
I don't know.
It might be. It might be. It looks like him. By the way, the 2 pizza places in Las Vegas that made the top 50 are Pizza Rock downtown. Right here.
Okay.
Not the one at Green Valley. This one downtown. And you know what? I have had some. They have so many different types of pizza.
I have had some good pizza at Pizza Rock.
I've had some good pizza. They have a sausage appetizer with honey on it, drizzled honey. Oh God.
Most coal fire pizza. I am not that big of a fan of. I love wood fire pizza way more. But that's how good I think Pizza Rock is.
Oh wow!
I really like them, and they're a coal fire place.
Coal fire, okay. So Pizza Rock was in Vegas. Then I think it was number 28, number 45 out of 50 in the whole United States. Also lands here in Las Vegas, and I've been there. It's 00. It's Neapolitan pizza, which I don't really like because sometimes the Neapolitan's softer in the middle, but it's a Neapolitan pizza. The outside's charred. It's in Chinatown. And it's right at the start of Chinatown, though, when you come off the 15, and they made the top. They're the 2. Now, I got this. Every year I see this review, and Anthony Curtis's great podcast. And I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it, but Anthony Curtis has a great weekly podcast here in Vegas. I watch it every week. They mentioned. Anthony mentioned a couple other places in town. I'm going to see if you guys hopefully know these places because I don't.
Gambling with an Edge.
Gambling with an Edge. Excellent podcast, by the way. Metro. You guys ever go to Metro Pizza? I've never went.
I've had it once or twice.
Yeah. Where's that?
I think there's multiple locations.
I think
but this is what Anthony and his partner said, and his co-host. Evil Pie down here.
Evil Pie.
That was the one I was trying.
We went into Evil Pie yesterday.
We went into Evil Pie.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. You didn't have anything.
It was part of the Steve Fezzik walking tour.
Okay.
Vegas,
Evil Pie. which is Evel Knievel. It's
Yes.
Evel Knievel Pizza. Moon Doggies, never went there. I think that's in like Naked City area there. Moon Doggies. Brooksy's and Sand Dollar. I never had any of them.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of those. Yeah.
Pop-up pizza at the Plaza, and got a review, and they said it was good. I've never been there either. Secret Pizza at Cosmo.
Secret Pizza at Cosmo.
Now that's like a boardwalk pizza, like I grew up with down the Jersey Shore, Kingsburg, New Jersey.
It's a solid pizza, though.
It's a solid pizza, like a boardwalk pizza. Yeah.
You know what used to be better is the one outside the Aria Sportsbook was the $5.50 it used to be.
Yes.
What
happened to that?
Spectacular, but they changed it to money line, and it's not nearly as good.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah.
Like why do things change? Why do good things change?
What's the other one downtown I always hear about? Good Pie, right? Isn't that?
I heard of
down
it.
Here?
Yeah. I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's another one.
Isn't that part of the Evil Pie Empire? I think it is.
you would
Evil Pie
think.
and Good Pie. I think it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, until I always liked New York pizza. There's John's on Bleecker. It's a great thin pizza. And until the New Haven places, the Frank Peps, the Sally's, the Modern, until those pizza places, there's a place to do parties in West Haven. These places are all great pizza places. I love that thin style. Old, I think it is. It's old coal-fired.
Yeah.
And it's grandfathered in ovens. That is my favorite type of pizza, but I still think we just have okay pizza here. We're nothing special.
I agree.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, I think it's okay.
Another commercial going out talking about food. All right.
Bill Krackomberger. That's why they pay you the big bucks, Bill.
Yes.
Exactly why. Bill Krackomberger, at Bill Crackman with a K. The name of his podcast is called Wisecracks. He does it with John Orlando. More Unscripted on the other side. Numbers Game. VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. We get texts, we get tweets. Tim Lawson, for the Better Life, Tim Lawson texts in, I always like to ask the waiter what the most popular item is because it's most likely to be made with the freshest ingredients since it's made the most often, he says.
Yeah, that's fair. That's just different from what I was asking the waitress, what do you like? What do you like is different from what's most oftenly ordered.
Chris Felica, the Bear, I can't believe Jason doesn't own an ATM.
It's a great point.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's random, but it's a great point.
Yeah, like if someone told me, if Bill just answered my question with, oh, Jason Weingarten owns those, I'd be like, that makes sense.
I'm having a back and forth with Mark Descartes, who says that on the VSiN picks page, the Pablo Carreño Busta pick is not there. Mark, if you click on my name, it is there. I have been looking at it all morning and all night. But people insist.
Does it just show like the top 3 or something?
No, you click on my name, it's there. It's there. It's been there. Let's see. Money Caperletti, by a San Francisco fan, telling myself they cannot win the division, but Seattle wild card plus 340. So I think he's just.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I bet the 2-1 to make the playoffs, but sure, I can't argue that.
Jay Buckley said had the chance to meet with Crackman the other day at South
nice
Point.
guy.
He says, what a legend about you.
With Dave, Sportsbook and City. What a nice guy that guy was. I'm so happy to meet him.
Teasers and parlays. Hey, it's our buddy Matt. Kelly, do I need to have the VSiN Plus subscription for the bathroom board meeting and how you prepare Gill's water before the show?
No, I just talk about it on air, apparently.
Tommy Lorenzo, please ask Crack if he enjoyed the music at Mother Wolf. The early 90s hip-hop is a vibe at that place. Great food, too.
Not a hip-hop guy.
That's an attraction for me. Early 90s hip-hop?
Chili Gambler attributing a quote that never came out of my mouth to me. I think this came out of your mouth, Kelly, perhaps. Larry Fresh. Talking about what you said earlier that I had to clarify for the audience. He said made it spit out his drink laughing. Let's see. The Unders Club. Can you have Bill explain, quote, we don't like that kind of play. He's playing slots. What's their deal?
Well, that means when you're playing games like Regal Richards or something like one of your producers just came out and showed and talked about, you're just playing the bonus. So you're just waiting for someone. You're actually not even waiting. You're walking around checking to see if a bonus is ready to hit that someone else built up before me. So someone else played for it. That particular guy down at the El Cortez said to me, the customer that was playing that lost a lot of money, I'm sure, and now you're coming in and you're taking his jackpot. I had to explain to him how life worked. He doesn't know. He obviously just got his job because of a connection or something, but that doesn't. The guy could have went broke and went home, back to Cleveland, back to Boston. What do you mean he's going to come back? That's the idea of a slot hustler, a guy that walks around trying to make money, like the spotter. He looks for games in advantage situations. He's not telling someone to get off the game. We don't do that. I put those videos up about being sour rooters. I don't do that. I don't stand behind someone and actually wait for them to get off the game and hope they get off and put the horns on them. I don't do that. I don't do that kind of thing. That's an Italian thing. Sorry. But however, though, that's what that is, though. Thanks for the question.
Guglielmo, hope I'm pronouncing that right. Extraordinary restaurant talk with a side of sharp slots play and with whisperer knowledge to boot. I love this show, and I don't even gamble on sports. The Auburnist had to look up Siegel's breakfast after you mentioned it. Was the 50% off for 50+ on Wednesdays a factor on your restaurant choice? Not for us, but it was for Stevie Fezzik.
I felt very glad when that menu was put in front of me and then it was taken away immediately.
I was like, why does Fezzik want to come here so badly? 50% off for 50+. Let's see. And the silent Mike D, not to correct Crackman, but didn't the guy who sold Zappos to Amazon own the El Cortez? He died mysteriously a while back.
He didn't own the El Cortez that I know of.
Okay.
You talking about Tony Shea? He was a great guy for downtown. He was in with the mayor here. He put hundreds of millions that container park he built. He was worth a ton of money, and he started Zappos, sold it, cashed out a lot of money, and unfortunately he died in I think Connecticut. I guess he was, doing some kind of drugs in the garage or something that blew up like Freebase. And what a shame, because this guy was such a good guy for the downtown and for Las Vegas. I really felt bad when he died. He was a good dude.
You talking about the Zappos story? That was an awful story. Awful story. Oh.
Yeah. Thank you guys for the tweets. We have a couple there from. Trust the glove.
What was the? We'll get to those. You want to read those now, or we'll read more tweets later. I want to get to your. It seems like every time you come in here, we talk about a robbery.
Oh, yeah, that's another situation. I don't mean to be so negative about Vegas, but I'm all positive. I just told you great things. Now I got to tell you about the suicides and the robberies. So the robbery was $750,000 that's being reported from Samstown. Kelly just read it to me that someone posing as the IT director called down to the cage and said, "Hey, we need $750,000 in cash. Put it in some bags, and we have to pay off somebody, right? We pay off something." And sure enough, they put it in the bag. They don't even know the IT guy. Put it in the bag, took it outside the casino, supposedly to a Mexican restaurant.
Yep.
And gave someone $750,000 and said, and then that posed as the company's lawyer. And they said, thank you very much. They were all professional. And as they were driving back, they was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. I don't mean to laugh, but geez.
Kel, am I reading? Is that right?
Wasn't this the same tactic used
at a Circuit Casino?
Yeah. No. Just somebody calling and saying, "I'm this person. Give me money."
How can this happen?
Persuaded the cashier's cage supervisor to drive a box with the cash to the restaurant.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, so shouldn't the casinos? I guess they have. I mean, I'm going to assume that they do this, but apparently not well enough. Isn't that shouldn't they have a company-wide meeting where they're like, if somebody calls and asks for money, please not only double or triple check 10 times before you even consider doing this. In fact, don't do it. Come up to the office or wherever.
I mean, the more obvious one to me is leaving the property.
Leaving the property
is what are we talking about?
Leaving the property. Not only am I not walking in for the robbery, why don't you come to me and give me the money? And there's no cameras.
What are we doing here?
It's the greatest thing ever.
It's hard for me to blame the guy if he actually got away with this.
Listen, I'm a very lazy burglar. I would like you to come to me with your money.
I mean, if you could pull off something. I can't wait for the show, the mini-series on this. This looks great.
And something that's never talked about here in Vegas, there's a lot of suicides here. A lot of people jumping from buildings. It happened over at the Palms the other day. So it happened at the Palms, and it was a big discussion at dinner the other night. And the amount of people, where people really, that they never report it? Inside of the Luxor. You've been in the Luxor and you've seen there's balconies.
On the inside's built.
Inside, there's balconies that were really high up. I never even thought of it the other night. Like, wow. So people are jumping there. Every year someone jumps from the inside of the Luxor.
It's obviously a way too serious subject for us to tackle, but it's
sad.
It's of course the worst. It's horribly sad, but you said something in there which is typically in a place like Las Vegas. This is the case in San Francisco as well, I know, but in a place like Las Vegas, which is very tourist, obviously Las Vegas, there's no greater example of something being so tourist driven. You don't find out about them unless you happen to be on property and learn that way.
Yes, or in the know with someone.
Yeah, or in the know.
Right.
The word is stifled.
Stratosphere, it's happened a lot less over the years, but at the beginning it happened, and they would land in valet. Sorry to even get it so the graphic descriptions, but God, it's just happened again here, and I just was like, wow. Next thing. Well, so they had Bet Bash. I didn't go to Bet Bash, but I did show up a couple times because I was signing some people up for not that I was signing. I have friends that were in town for Bet Bash and they needed a proxy, so I agreed to be their proxy. And I didn't charge them anything. By the way, I didn't charge them anything. Do you know what the proxies charged this year?
No.
So if you have the maximum 15 entries, which is 10 in Millions and 5 in Survivor. And if you want to put your picks in Saturday, the day of, which, by the way, if you're serious about that, you should.
Perfect information.
You should put your picks in Saturday.
Yep.
The latest as possible. That's $1,500, about, give or take, for the season. Now, again, we're talking about this. Now, at the end of the season, if you win something, you have to tip on top of that.
Oh, we've talked,
I know we beat a dead horse
before.
Here. But anyway, so I do a free for a couple of my friends, and because I put my own picks in too.
That's nice of you. I feel like we miss you at Bet Bash. You should be part of Bet Bash.
No. Spanky would grab me and was like, we need your voice. So not that I just don't go. I just Spank, I'm looking for a comp. I'll be honest with you. All right. So anyway. Sean Higgs. You know Sean Higgs?
Yes, of course.
Sean Higgs gets a nice big cabana at the pool, spends thousands of dollars, like $5,000. Sean.
He came in here, gave us shirts the other day.
Such a nice guy. Sean, I'm trying to help you out with some things, and he takes some videos for me. You got a 1992 flip phone still. You got to get the better phone here, Sean. I'm trying to help you with things. And by the way,
iPhone 10
went to dinner with Sean, and we went to an Asian restaurant, and we had these soup noodles, and it's the first time he ever had them. He cuts into the soup noodle. It splatters across the place, and it literally buried an entire Asian family. I felt so bad for the people. Soup noodles are like that. They have soup inside the noodle.
I'm going to guess you're referring to an udon noodle. That's my best guess.
It was like a soup, like a round soup noodle.
Yeah, Bill Krackomberger, everybody. Coming back. At Beating the Book, always appreciate the feedback. Norman Vegas. When El Cortez had their beautiful gourmet room, the Flame, we'd go for stone crab claws. After dinner, they still had a poker room, and I'd play, and Jackie Gaughan would be at the same table, but they got rid of the Flame for Seagulls. Now we eat stone crab at Joe's.
Oh, wow.
The great Jackie Gaughan,
That's
Michael's father.
Wow, yeah, Michael's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and I actually heard of the Flame, never been there. I see they've saved their neon sign. They put it in the boneyard here. So, yeah the Flame.
This also gives me an opportunity to bring up the fun fact with shrimp, that there are more shrimp consumed in this city than the rest of the United States combined on a yearly basis.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, they're all out the buffet all day long, so I guess
By the way,
but you keep saying that. There's not as many buffets.
Not anymore.
There isn't.
Yeah.
Not anymore. But
the Wynn has a buffet with giant shrimps galore. And I
maybe
think
this is an outdated fact.
That is one of the most obvious developments from the pandemic is that Las Vegas buffets largely went by the wayside. And they were replaced by, I don't know what the technical term is for what you have at the Aria, the food court at the Aria where you're, and at Resorts World where it's kiosk based.
Oh, I do like those though.
You order on the kiosk and then you go pick up your food in what looks to be an old school food court.
Right. It's like a mall food court.
Right. Not as much human contact.
When you guys do go on a buffet though, do you look at it like, I got to get the best of this, and I got to make them lose money?
Not in so many words, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a sickness.
Because if I don't go at least twice, if not 3 times, then I feel like, why did I come here in the first place?
It also depends which buffet and how much you're paying, right? I think that, what's the one at Caesars?
Yeah.
The last time
the Wynn and Caesars are like $80
I made them pay for that one at Caesars.
Bacchanal is the name of Caesars. But you're right, the Wynn is fantastic, too.
Are you not like Cousin Eddie? You don't pull the bag out of your pants and start shoving things in.
That's what I would say.
Vegas vacation.
Yeah, Randy McKay. It was Rusty's character was based off of Randy McKay. Put a quarter in and win a car. Put a quarter in and win a car.
Dad, we must have jumped 50 yards. It's nothing to be proud about, Rusty. Nothing to be proud about. 50 yards. Nash, last name Nash. Love how Bill's giving incredible info on advantage plays and what to look for in slots, then quickly saying, that's fun and all, but let's talk pizza. It's why Thursdays are always a must-listen.
Spontaneous.
Joe Abraham, locals are always the best judges of pizza. Website or magazine critics always prefer the hipster pizza with exotic ingredients. Los Vegas 514. Yo, tell Crack not to sleep on Komodo at Fountain Blue. Absolutely delicious.
Ooh.
Smoke shows all over the place, he adds.
Yeah, and
I've heard that is very good as well. Apparently need to do a Fountain Blue trip again.
Yeah.
Fountain Blue, where the casino has the ambience and the ambiance and charm of Miami International Airport circa 1973.
Fountain Blue, where Randy McKay sent me in and said, listen, Bill, you got to give them a big play, and they'll give you some great bounce back. I was there for hours, lost $4,000 playing video poker, and they sent me $50 in free play and then $20. Look, $20 for food. I don't know what you can get for $20 for food there, but I'll just tell you something. So he's a friend of mine. I really shouldn't blast him. Maurice Wooden, president of the Fountain Blue, who I've known for many years, used to be president of the Golden Nugget, president of the Win. I met Maurice 25 years ago when he came into my room at the Golden Nugget up on the 18th floor with a cassette tape. And what do they used to call those things? A VCR tape. But a VCR tape that said the Krackomberger footage on it, by the way.
VHS, yeah.
VHS tape.
Yeah.
Krackomberger footage. That's a story. Oh, well, we're going to tell it. But let me just say, Maurice, maybe this is the reason why you guys got no business over there. You can't let someone play for hours and give him $50. I'll go back to the story because this is spontaneous. I was staying lived up on the 18th floor, an unbelievable room, the Sinatra Suite, where it was actually called the Chairman's Chamber, where Steve Wynn and Frank Sinatra filmed the commercial. Steve Wynn says, "Hi, Mr. Sinatra, I run this place."
By the piano there, was it?
By the piano.
Yeah.
And Sinatra folds up a 20 and gives it to him and says, make sure I got enough towels. That's the same room is exactly the same today. Same piano. Very good, Gill. Piano's the same. Everything is the same. The statues are the same that were in that room. But let me tell you how this story went down. A bunch of buddies of mine were on a Hooters jet chartered from Myrtle Beach. Big players, six-figure credit lines.
Man.
Came into Las Vegas, came into the Golden Nugget, and yes, we all played craps together. We all got promo chips to play and played craps together. And I was standing next to the stick man. And yes, I was trying out a shot that I learned, which, by the way, it's a waste. But trying out a shot, if you don't hit the back wall and you do a helicopter spin with the dice, I'm always trying to win something. I'm looking to steal. So sure enough,
practiced your dice throw.
The particular guy that showed me it is thrown out of a lot of casinos for a lot of things.
It's incredible.
He has, matter of fact, he has a dice table on his front porch of his house, a dice table in the front porch, and he's practiced this skilled shooting. You can only do it from the. But listen, do I know it works? I know a guy. I watched a guy that he would tell you what he was doing and you wouldn't know. He would pick up red dice and shoot green dice. He was telling you that. Think about that. And you wouldn't even see the move. You wouldn't even see the dice go in the pocket. You wouldn't even see it happen.
Well, so I don't doubt that there's those guys out there, but oh my God,
very few
Bill,
and far in between.
But my God, when I'm at the craps table and you get the one guy that's
setting, he has no idea.
Oh my God, just throw the dice. Throw the dice.
What was the Fezzik thing where they're like, "Sir, you have to throw it lower than eye level"? He goes, "Mine or yours?" they go, "Mine." He goes, "I need a taller stick, man."
This is great. That's great. But it just so happens I got on a little roll, and I hit 4 hard 10s I'll never forget, because my friend on the end was double dipping. He had a come bet on the hard 10. He had maximum bet on the hard 10, a come bet on the 10, and he had the place for 5,000 come bet. And there's something called a put bet, which people don't know. You can walk up to any dice table and say, "I want a put bet." A put bet.
I know that
a put bet is actually a bet where they put it's a come bet that's already placed. Say, "I want to put bet on the 8." So you'll put $5 on the 8 with 5-time odds, $25. Give the guy $30. It's a put bet. So that $30 is it's 5 with 25 odds, like a come bet works.
Yeah, you don't have to come out with
You don't
a
have to come out. Very good. That's the proper wording.
Yeah.
Just so happens I hit 4 hard 10s. My friend was up like $100,000. And this is a guy with a $100,000 credit line that's lost millions of dollars, millions there. And the whole table, by the way, was up 250, which was nothing compared to this junket group. Do you know the shift manager comes over and says, you have to stop it. You have to start hitting the back wall or you're not getting the dice no more.
Oh, man.
So now he points at me, and what do? I don't hit the back wall. And I hit another 10. It was the fourth hard 10.
Dispute.
They took the dice away from me. Pass the dice. Now think how stupid this is. These customers have lost combined millions of dollars at little dump Golden Nugget. That's right, I'm saying it. You know, but I shouldn't say dump because I actually like the Golden Nuggets. They got great suites, great restaurants, good stuff. And they made me stop shooting the dice. And God is my witness. On my parents' grave, they made everyone get their money. I made everyone get their money back from Myrtle Beach, the whole table. I said, do not play. We're not playing. The casino did not want to give us the contract bets, which are the come bets. They'll give you the odds back, but they won't give you that contract bet, which is the pass line. You cannot take your pass line bet off. You could take the odds off. God is my witness. I personally went to the table, in back of the table where the dealer was, and handed the money off to them. I handed everyone's money off. They could have arrested me. I literally was in where the dealer was. I handed everyone their money, their come bets money. And Maurice Wooden, president of the casino, came up, Krackomberger footage, and he said, guys, I am so embarrassed. I am so embarrassed. We should have never done this to your group. I am so sorry. I don't care if you don't hit the back wall. I don't care. He goes, you guys are worth so much to us. You're such good people. We love you, this and that. And I didn't mean for anyone to get fired. They fired like the box person. They fired the floor person. They fired the shift manager. The shift manager guy. He's an antique, though. He doesn't deserve a job. No, seriously, he doesn't deserve a job.
I got an argument.
He pointed at me. He pointed like, you're not going to. And then, of course, I went right back at him because he's just an old sweater. He's the kind of guy that would kick the dealer under the table and say, get the dice out. Get the dice out now. We need a 7. We need a 7. You know, one of those guys that don't believe in the math of the game, just believes in something else. Just ridiculous.
I've only seen this happen once in my life where I've seen people warned.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once in my life where the dice were taken away, and it was from this girl who it was a friend of a friend that was with me. We were out playing craps. She had to be 5'5", like 80 pounds. She could barely get over the table to throw them.
No.
And they kept, you got to hit the back of the table.
They don't even know why.
You got to hit the back of the table. I'm like, look at her. Like,
they're idiots.
She's
They're
trying.
idiots. That's why I can't play casino games because they all sweat the money too bad, especially the dice dealers, dice people. But it's the management. It's management. They don't even know why they're telling you to hit the back wall. Of course, the dice are tumbling. What does it matter?
There are so many fallacies in casino games that people like believe in. Even on the player side, right? Like on blackjack, when someone steps in the middle. There's a John Stark story about this. Right?
We'll do it next week.
Yeah, we'll do it.
You guys got me sweat. I'm sweating beads of sweat. I'm going out and past posting or something.
Crackman's gonna take it out on everybody.